Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of Cross Blitz. I am playing the campaign mode, Sedo's campaign to be exact. Yesterday I've done a couple of the first battles, we're still in the first act of the first chapter. Let's get right into it. So, just as a little summary of what is happening plot-wise, we need a map to go through a mountain range, and a lobster guy is willing to sell it to us as long as we confront this octopus man. And our missions for this fight is to play a couple of brawler type minions, trigger a focus effect, play a pyro spell. We've had these missions before, focus and pyro spells, and we also need to play 2 minions with hothead. That one is new. So let me see what I have for hothead minions. I've got Milmi, of course. As far as I remember, we haven't unlocked Kaze yet. Not Kaze, Kendo. So we need to use the Kaze split to get Kendos. And I think that's the only way to get hothead minions for now. But I'll see if I can craft some. So let's just take a look. Maybe look at the other cards we unlocked as well. Okay, so we've only unlocked the Heart Mage. We already saw Shatter and Shiver Spine, so we can also use Firestorm Fury. I think I will actually do that. I will reallocate my points, because Bullet Fist and Milmi are epic and legendary respectively, so we have very few of those in the deck, and I want to maximize my chances of throwing one. Although, let me look at the exact wording of that mission again. So it's okay, it's actually play 2 minions with hothead. I think what that means is that it doesn't count if they spawn in, so in that case I'll stick with the right boss. Alright, let's play. Little cutscene. A ramen shop. I could really go for a bowl right now, with extra noodles. Isn't this the place Mr. Lobmasu mentioned? Itami Takanori should be here, along with the Shiver Spice. Greetings, my young fishy friend. If you've come for a delicious meal, then I fear I must disappoint you. My humble shop is closed for the time being. Oh, how I wish I could serve you both steaming bowls of my exquisite octo ramen. It's tasty as that sounds. We're actually here on business. Hand over the Shiver Spice. What? How do you know about that? Mr. Lobmasu informed us of the situation. Please, do the right thing and return the Shiver Spice you stole. This is absurd. The accusations being presented here are absolutely outlandish. That Shiver Spice does not belong to him, and I surely did not steal it. Yeah, then how'd you get your hands on it? We heard it's pretty hard to come by. I cannot say. I made a promise to a close friend. Your secrecy comes off as rather suspicious, Mr. Takanori. I am privy to my own secrets, as is anyone. that deceitful muscle, sending hired henchmen to do his dirty work. You two have been tricked. That brutal buffoon is not to be trusted. He said the same about you. I refuse to give up the shiver spice. I do not care what you claim. You barge into my restaurant, accuse me of crimes I did not commit, and insult my honor as a respectable chef. If you will not leave of your own volition, then I'll be forced to remove you myself. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but I suppose we have no choice. Justice will be delivered. Battle commence. So we go first. I like having jab in my hand. I like having bullet fist in my hand. That takes care of the pyro spell and the hothead minions. We don't need harmony immediately. I think we can discard Cyclone Blast. We get a 1/1. We do. Now we can get our spells. So out of all these, freeze minion or deal frost damage to it if it's frozen. We don't really have lots of ways to freeze minions, so frost fist is not that useful for us. Demon Fist, deal 2 draconic damage, and trample basically. Not that useful. I am going to go with Blaze Fist and Blaze Fist. Okay, and right, since we did not have a focus minion in our hand initially, our relic trigger focus twice did not trigger, unfortunately, so we need to make sure it goes off manually by having 4 of our minions die. I'll just place Rhymepaw. Not much else we can do. And we are fighting a cooking deck. So Itamai will play these units who will spawn ingredients in his hand, and then I think he places them on the board, is what I remember from that mechanic. And once he places another chef minion, those ingredients combine into some kind of special card. So I can jab. I want my Rhymepaw to trade into Sous Chef, so Rhymepaw dies and I get progress on my Moki. So I'm just going to punch face. There is activated. That's nice. That means we've also taken care of the focus mission. Only thing missing is Hothead. And for that, I think that these, so deal 4 pyro damage randomly split among enemy minions. The enemy minions have barrier, so they can absorb 1 instance of damage. However, I think that these are 4 separate instances of damage. So that should get rid of the barrier, and if we are lucky, we might also kill the Coral Cook. And probably the seafood spread as well. Okay. Just the seafood spread. That's alright. We are going to take a little bit of damage. I will just play another one of these. And we don't need to focus up for the mission, but I would still like to power up my Moki, so I'm going to sack my Rhymepaw. And we can... So we have 9 cards in hand. We can punch this. I would like to play Kaze Split, which puts us at 10 cards, but we have 1 more mana we can spend, so we can free up our hand to be able to draw a card next turn. And he just keeps spamming Coral Cooks. Not worried about that. Now it's just play a Brawler and play a Focus Minion, and Nilmi is both, so... Very nice. Now all we have to do is win the fight. Which should not be that hard to do from this point. We can use Gut Blow next turn, and then we'll get Apex Strike. That will end the fight. Okay, he has played himself. Your sizzling skillets aren't removed after cooking. So right, those sizzling skillets, I think those are the finished meals that you get when you place ingredients and play a cook. And I guess this means that you can get them several times. How are we doing damage-wise? So this is going to be 3 damage. These will trade into each other. This will trigger Nilmi, who attacks whenever one of our minions dies. So that's another 2, and then 2 again because she attacks. So we are doing 7 damage. We can use Gut Blow to the face, which is going to be 11? Yeah, 11. So that's perfect. Just enough to not get lethal, and then we can get a lot of overkill with Apex Strike next turn. Anyway, I can deal 1 more damage. No. If I kill the chef with my fist spell, the Kendo doesn't die, which actually reduces my damage by 1. So I'll just end turn. Oh! Shit, I miscalculated somewhere. That's... well, okay. Happens. And we've unlocked Scale Shine. Gain 2 armor and draw a frost spell. So, a little bit more support for the frost spell archetype. Which I'm not going for, but I will put frost spells in my deck, so maybe it'll be useful. Didn't see the first message. Hand over the Shiver Spice. Ugh, my aching back. You two are making a big mistake. Lord Master is a crooked swindler. Perhaps you'll learn a lesson from this. One in which you'll act more honorably towards your business competitors. Seeking success is no reason to turn to petty theft. You are blinded by your pursuit of justice, lad. Be careful where you so haphazardly place your trust. My dear friend, I am so sorry I failed you. The ramen chef collapses from exhaustion, hitting the floor with a loud thud. I must admit, something feels off about all this. Did we do the right thing? I wouldn't dwell on it. The guy attacked us first, remember? I suppose that's true, but still. The Shiver Spice is just over there. Let's bring it back to Lord Masu and get that map. I'm ready to be done with all this chef drama. So, we are going to get the Shiver Spice, hand it back to Lord Masu, and I'm sure we'll just get our map and nothing will go wrong, and Lobster Man will definitely not betray us. Yes, definitely. Oh, I just... enter. And we have a boss fight on our hands. Defeat the enemy, use any Blitz Burst during the battle. So Blitz Burst is basically an ultimate that you unlock. Well, first you unlock it by filling out one of those level trees, and then you use it by fulfilling a certain condition, usually something that plays into your deck archetype. So you can see, for example, the focus archetype, which is based on killing your own units to buff up other units, requires you to kill 8 minions during your turn. And then you get more power whenever you attack on your turn. We do not have the experience points to use one of these right now. I wonder whether we've missed a fight somewhere. Because I don't think that we were able to go north at that point. Yeah, because that's the area we need that map for. So I guess we can either retake a fight with someone, or just come back around to this point later for that mission. Then for the other missions, play 2 brawler minions, that's easy. Play 1 powder spell, that's easy. Take less than 20 damage. Okay, so we do have to be careful about taking damage in this fight. However, I don't think that there is a lot of meaningful changes we can do. Yeah. Let's just see how it goes. Mr. Lomasu, we're back with the Shiver Spice too.
My dear boy, what wonderful news. You've done me a great service, I must say.
You'll uphold your end of the deal, right?
Certainly. The spice for the map. An upstanding chef like myself is always true to his word.
Zero removes the Shiver Spice from his pouch and gently places it in Lomasu's giant claws. His eyes sparkle as he hungrily gazes at his prize.
Finally, it's mine!
Yes, but wasn't it already yours?
Of course it was. I'm simply excited.
I meant no offense, sir, though something's been bothering me. Mr. Takanori was saying a number of questionable things about your character. Is there a reason why he seems to dislike you so much?
He's a villain. There's nothing more to it. You expect such a low-life octofool to sing praises for his culinary rival? A fraud like him doesn't deserve such a precious ingredient. It's the key to the ultimate dish.
At that moment, the doors of Lomasu's restaurants burst open. A woman in a thick parka stands in the doorway, alongside a beaten and battered Itamae Takanori.
Stop. Don't give him the Shiver Spice.
Lucia? What are you doing here?
You aren't welcome here, Miss Shiver Spine. My restaurant, my rules. Quiet, you. How dare you trick these innocent people?
Is there some sort of misunderstanding here?
A big one. That Shiver Spice doesn't belong to Lord Masu. It belongs to me. I asked Itamae to keep it safe for me after my last supply was stolen.
It is true. I was only doing my duty, keeping it from nefarious clutches. Or should I say, claws.
Preposterous. And what evidence do you bear to prove such an outrageous claim? I'm the one with access to Shiver Spice in the first place. It's from Ringrise Academy. I used to live there, if you recall. I was keeping the spice secret to avoid this very thing from happening. It is extremely dangerous. Its addictive qualities are potent beyond measure, and the side effects of consuming it result in violent, manic episodes.
Those adult villagers and the sausages.
Precisely.
And I would wager our hard-headed hero chef is behind it all. What better way to bring in local customers than getting them hooked on spiked samples?
Enough! I will not have this. My honor would not be sullied by low-life riffraff. I am the greatest chef there ever was or will be. All of you, out now or face my unmatched sizzling strength.
I think you're full of it. You're no hero, you're weak, pathetic even. A warrior monk. As warrior monks, we pledge ourselves to stomping out injustice. We consider it a sacred vow. For the sake of justice, we request that you end this farce, Mr. Lobmaso.
Request denied, boy. Lobmaso the Great never backs down, even if it means spoiling those that would stand in his way.
Although I don't wish to fight you, if it is the only way for you to cooperate, then so be it. I do this for the good of Finn Lockley and its people. Justice must be served.
The only serving will be done by yours truly, a heaping helping of expertly roasted reality.
Whew, that was a long sequence. Alright. We started out with Nelmi and all of our Belarises. Well, not all of them, but pretty much all of them. I mean, Belarus is pretty good, but actually, yeah, you know what? This might seem weird, but we have that relic that focuses up our hand twice. So all of these will start with dual strike. All of these will be 2 away from rush. Not gonna lie, I kinda like this. Yeah, sure. Let's see. I mean, I can always do something on turn 2, just punch whatever he plays. So I'm not worried about that. Okay, so he's got a couple of relics. I've seen that particular relic combo in the roguelike mode already. We have a blood sausage once per turn, where the friendly minion devours a card added to your hand. And then the steel chomps, which devours a random friendly minion in the front row. So what that means is you can place a minion in the front row, he eats it, so devours it. That's just, you know, that card gets deleted basically, and then he gets that card again in his hand, and he also gets the stats on a random minion as well. So he's gonna buff his hand a lot by just playing some chumps, eating them, and then he's gonna be very scary once we get to the late game, which I think we can probably win pretty quickly with this start. At some point, we'll just get one Belarus after the other. And yeah, let's play our Rainbow. A Hungry Clucky. Oh, yeah, right. He's got that in the roguelike mode as well. This eats a weaker minion. So I think we do want to preserve our HP, so I'm going to kill that Clucky, and I'll do it by freezing it, so it takes double damage, and then play Blaze Fist, which deals 2, but now deals 4 damage. And I will keep my coin for later. Right. Zealous Cook, so that gives him an ingredient every turn. That's okay. We need one more minion to die. We think that just means I'm going to place Nelmi. And I don't want him to get an ingredient, so I am actually going to kill this right now. So he redeemed a card. We saw that it was himself. He got himself twice. I don't remember the effect of that card, but I guess we'll see soon enough in 3 turns or so. There's still 1 turn left until Rush, although it doesn't matter whether I get Rush next turn and play it then or play one of these right now. However, I kind of want to get my jab going. Because he's gonna play some very big minions, so I want to have a gut blow in hand once that happens. We also have our silence, which is pretty nice because it's going to remove all the buffs he's getting from eating his own cards. If it goes out of hand. We drew a rhyme paw, that's pretty nice. We can just place it in front the enemy rhyme paw, and that will give us a little bit trigger and focus our remaining Belarises. We can play one of our Belarises. I think I'll continue to build pressure on this lane, hoping that he'll block it and then play something on the burnt tile. So now in terms of missions, we just need to not take a bunch of damage, which at this point I think is very possible. We can use Gut Blow next turn, and then our Belarus and Nilmi should do enough damage that once we get Apex Strike we can end the fight. Lomasku. After minion is devoured, give minions in your hand its stats, so even more buffing. Right now, if we end our turn like this, Belarus attacks, dies, which triggers Nilmi, who attacks, finishes Lomasu off. Nilmi has Swift Strike, so she doesn't take any damage in return. And then Nilmi deals 2 more damage. So I feel comfortable playing Gut Blow to the face. And now we just have to survive the next turn. Because the turn after that we'll play Apex Strike and win. Unless he heals himself, which is possible. If he cooks some sort of self-healing meal. We'll see. So I will... If I play both Belarises, that's 4 damage each. So in that case I'll play only 1 Belarus. And block Lotmaso. And that's it. Next turn we should win. Yeah. See, that's a scary guy. Blitzburst. Oh, actually didn't look what his Blitzburst does. Devour all enemy minions, give their stats and fleeting to all friendly minions. Ooh, yeah, that is quite scary. A board wipe and then buff up a bunch of your minions, who will get fleeting, which means that they die after attacking, but they'll deal like 10, 15 damage each to the face, so that's pretty much a game ender. I am very glad that we drew this so early, because now we can just punch and win. Now we level up twice, if I saw that right. Yeah. So we can... Now we can unlock our first Blitz Burst. Kill 8 friendly minions on your turn, or freeze 8 minions. Okay. I think both of these are kind of hard to get with the cards we have now, so I'll just return to this mission later, once we can have a bit more focus in our build. We unlocked Lobmaso. We saw what that does during the fight. Famished Fish. That one we saw in episode 1. Eats neighboring minions and gets their stats. And the Norfin, which devours a random deck card in my deck and then buffs a minion by 1, which isn't a very strong effect, to be honest, milling your own deck for a +1/+1. However, if we have that sausage relic that the boss just had, then it's basically a free draw. So pretty good if you're going into that sort of devouring archetype. Let's continue. But I'm the hero. I cannot lose. False hero. Nothing more than that. Great work, Seto. You sure showed him. You caught me on my off day. I'm malnourished. Quiet you, and I'll be taking back that Shiver Spice. And we'll be taking that map. Lordmaster falls to his knees, utterly defeated. He slowly hands over both the stolen Shiver Spice and the Trailhead map. You will never cook again in this town. As soon as the Cooking Chronicle hears about this, you are finished. But it wasn't my fault. Well, some of it was my fault. But that patron pushed me to do this. He's partly to blame. You continue to evade blame while peddling lies and deceit. Where is your honor? Have you no dignity? Answer me! Seto, ease up. Apologies, I am letting my emotions get carried away. Tell us, truthfully, who is this patron you speak of? A hooded fellow. He was charming and complimented my cooking in such a sophisticated fashion. He offered me a pouch of the most peculiar ingredient, Shiver Spice. He claimed it would elevate my food to a new, profound level. Once I saw its effects on my cooking, I needed more. He tipped me off that there was a larger supply hiding away in town, so I did some digging, and here we are. That man must have been the thief that stole that first batch. Wherever it is, they're long gone now. Besides, Floodmaster is the one who stirred up his own trouble. His actions were his and his alone. I am sorry. Mr. Takanori. We must apologize for how we treated you. We were convinced Lordmaster was in the right and failed to see the truth. Would you ever forgive us? Broth under the bridge, lad. A few scrapes and bruises are a small price to pay in seeing Lordmaster brought to justice. And not only that, you finally have a map. Head back to where we first met and travel due north. Follow the trail and you'll reach Frostwall Shrine easily enough. Thank you, Lucia. We'll put it to good use. Oh, and if you have a moment before you leave for the mountain trail, please come by the ramen shop. There's something I could use your help with. Sure, as long as it's quick. nail me. Okay, so we can now see the rest of the map, but we also unlocked a new area here. And oh, we get a relic, because this is a grey chest. Finn Lockley Taiki. Your first spell each time that costs 4 more costs 1 less. Ooh, yeah, I remember that one from another campaign. It used to be because your spells cost 2 less, which was pretty insane. Just getting out some late game spells 2 turns earlier. Crazy good. And I think that even just having one makes it pretty nice. We'll equip it right away. We only have 3 relics right now, so there's no reason not to equip it. And we do actually have a couple of spells that benefit from this. The Cyclone Blast, which I actually haven't seen that much. But also the Bullet Fist. Well, not the Bullet Fist, but the Jab. And of course not Jab itself, but Apex, Strike, and Gut Blow. So, since that is our game-ending spell right now, I think this is going to do pretty well. And, oh, hold on. Did we unlock that area to the right as well? It doesn't look like it. Oh, in that case, let's go to the Dark guy first. Training hour. Did we see that event last time? I think we did. Alright. Oh, no. We had a different choice last time. Alright. I'm just gonna skip over these events. I don't think they're that important. So, we have another fight. I think I remember this from the beta. Think that this is going to be an introduction to cooking, and after we do that, we unlock the cooking deck, right? Yeah, that seems like it. Let's spend our points first. I'll just get some more HP. And unlock Shiver Shade, a 2-mana 1/1 which deals frost damage when it dies. We don't have any well, we have Moki, so we do have 2-mana creatures. We don't have any particular synergy with those Shiver Shades, so I think I'll just keep the deck I have right now. And this is not main story stuff, so I'll breeze through it. Cooking committee. Cooking lessons. Yes, I think I got that right. And now we can go to the east. Yeah. And then we'll unlock the cooking deck, which, as I said in the first episode, it's the archetype I want to build into, although I'm probably not gonna do it right away, but wait until I have unlocked some cards for it. So, Sizzle Queen, we'll do making the source. And yeah, this is going to be a puzzle challenge. So, we need to cook all requested dishes, which is the blazing crab roll and the wing roast noodles. So for blazing crab roll, we need to place down spice. Get some spice and fish. So we place it onto the same tile, and that upgrades it to, yeah, sizzling skillet. Order matters. I think you do need to place spice first and fish second. We can check whether that's true with the wing roast noodles. I'll just see what happens if I do it that way. Clucky fried rice. Yeah. Indeed, that's okay. So spice, fish, and spice, grain. Play the cook. And quest completed. And we can't access that relic yet. Do we need to fight her several times? No. I thought. So then we probably need to go south. And, ooh, some money. Okay, so our objective is to cook some more. Let's do some fish. Let's do some spice. And then we need fish, spice, and grain. Cook it. And complete. And yeah, now we get a second fight. Okay. Oh, did I pick the wrong one? I think I chose the wrong one. Ah, we'll just do it again. Level up. Well, doesn't really matter. Piper, combat start, destroy friendly minion, summon a Shiver Shade. Not really what we're going for. Firestorm Fury, already looked at that in the first episode. Not a big fan, but we'll just unlock something. But is it this? Oh, it just looked completed to me, but I guess not. So reduce the enemy's health to 0, and we have some spells, food-based spells. Restore 4 health. If the target is a minion, it attacks immediately. Give a minion -1, move it to the right. If occupied, attack them instead. Deal 3 damage to a minion and every minion in its column. Okay, so we need to deal 6 damage. If we can move the Zealous Cook out of the way if we give him the Serf and Turf. We can have Nilmi attack twice. And that would deal 4 damage. That's not enough. We'd have and that would cost us 7 banners. So we probably need to redeem. Let's try redeeming Nilmi. And we can place Nilmi. If we have Nilmi, if this Nilmi attacks twice, it triggers the second Nilmi. Oh wait, it doesn't because it doesn't have focus. Right. Let's just see what happens. So, and we can't attack directly with the frost spell. Okay, so I stopped the recording for a bit to think about this and realized that I was making it way too complicated. So these two spells don't matter at all, because we can indeed move the Zealous Cook, attack once, attack twice, and once we end our turn we attack again because she's already active. So Actually, the first idea was the right one after all. Now we do fight number 3. And wait, I chose the wrong one again, didn't I? Yeah, it kind of always looks to me like the green exclamation mark doesn't look like an exclamation mark to me, but more like a green "you've done this" symbol, so that's why I keep going to the wrong one. But we have to go with this also, I guess. Oh, it's loading. Oh, okay. Clear the enemy side of the battlefield. We have a Sugar Swell who gives us minions +1 health. Deal 1 pyro damage to all minions. That's probably what we need to play last, because all these minions have... Well, not all of them, but most of these have 1 HP. Set the health of all minions to 1. Restore 3 health to a minion. Move it to the left. If occupied, attack the minion instead. Deal 3 frost damage to a minion, every minion in its column. So... well, we definitely need to play Seraphina's Sugar Swell. Shouldn't matter where, because... it's not gonna be... it's gonna have Summoning Sickness, and we don't have anything that forces it to attack. And playing a dish gives us a pastry, which means we can use this to clear a barrier, then use this to kill the cooks that have 2 HP, get another Dragon Tail Tart, and that should win the battle. Yeah, oh, I guess it did matter where we placed the guy, because it's not just in the enemy column, but the entire column. So, place it anywhere but there. Clear all the barriers. Clear this column. Get another Dragon Tail. And we are done. And we've got another level up. Yeah, let's unlock a Blitz Burst for now. Even if we don't get to use it, we can... well, let me skip through that right now. So a cool thing about the Blitz Burst, it counts as a card in our deck, but we don't have to draw it. So it effectively thins our deck by 1 by just equipping it, even if we are not going to use it. We get Sugar Swirl Pocket Oven. Start of turn. Add a fresh batch. We don't have one. So we do have another relic slot, but I think I'm actually not gonna equip it because we've already run into trouble with clogging up our hand, so I don't want a relic that clogs our hand even further. Oh, we can make some cookies. Zeto is hungry. Okay. Let's move on. And up there, I think. And I think we're already at an hour or almost, so guess I'm gonna do this fight and end the episode after that. So yes, we are back, we found everything. And yeah, we want our reward, but we have to complete a final challenge. Was there a puzzle fight as well? It doesn't look like it. Okay. I don't need Frost Fist. I do like having two Belarus in our hand for the immediate dual strike. I do like a Bullet Fist. And again, I'm not very worried about only having 3-cost cards in our deck because I have a relic that gives me 2 1-mana cards. And I'll just keep taking the Blaze Fist. Seize Chef. Do I want to spend my coin immediately? Because I either have to waste a coin or waste 1 damage. I think I'd rather waste 1 damage. Okay. And now if we Bullet Fist, we kill both the cook and the seafood spread, and we are closer to getting some candles, which will power up our Belaruses. We can jab one of these, but I'm not very worried about getting my gut blow right now because we're a bit far away from playing that anyway. Let's see what Dell's relics are. Okay, so he's all legendary chefs. And a relic that buffs minions that lose barrier. So yeah, we want to kill the Coral Cook right away, because if you place an ingredient, he'll get a barrier. And that will lead to that minion getting a stat boost as well. So, Bullet Fist. And turn. And that's kind of a bad order, because if he played the Coral Cook and then the Grain Cache, he would have gotten 2 barriers, but guess that's just good for us. I can play Cyclone Blast, clear the Coral Cook. I can jab and punch. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Punch the cook, jab the grain, take 1 damage. Not very concerned about that. We have no missions. Okay. Sizzling skillets aren't removed. Not a big deal right now, because there are no ingredients on the board. Instead, let's get our Kaze split and then start playing candles to get our focus up. Take 2 more damage. Again, not that concerning. We can run in both candles, which will which is going to be enough to buff both Belarises and Nilmi. And then I still have enough mana to play Nilmi and kill Octopus Man. So alternatively, I could gut blow, but I think I'm wanna get something on the board. It's also contributing to our ultimate. Okay, so this summons a Red Hot Smoker, which produces Pyro Bolts whenever Pyro spells are played. That's kind of concerning, because these can go to phase. So I can play Belarus, who will attack twice into the smoker, kill it, die himself, and then trigger Nilmi, who will deal 2 damage. So if we jab the queen, that will be enough to clear the column. And we'll get another gut blow in hand. And then we can place a Rhyme Paw. Not concerned about keeping it. Just gonna play it somewhere where we can maybe bait the enemy into placing a minion onto the fire. Marona rule. First players play each turn costs health. Oh. Then on played, summon a horrific sore spot behind this. Buddy, you played this on the wrong row. After you play a spell added to this, death summon a nightmare with stats equal to the cost of all spells added. Oh, interesting. So it makes it easier to play spells. Those spells get saved in this, and then you end up with some kind of big meat stick. That sounds like a pretty cool creature, and the playing spells for health also sounds pretty strong, because like health isn't that much of a concern, and spending like 7 health to play some kind of super big spell. I mean, okay, you need to spend 7 mana on this creature itself, but you can play another spell immediately afterwards and then play another super strong spell next turn. No, that's... I might want to use that as well. We'll see, we'll see. So... I wanna get some Apex strikes going. So... let's freeze it. Punch it. End our turn. Oh, Naomi is dead. And we got another Itamai Takanori. I think I'll kill that right away. And then... yeah, let's play a Brunswick, get another Belarus. I could have played Belarus as well, get rid of the seafood spread. Would have been fine. Oh, 8-1-1. Well, that's gotta have a strong ability then. Sizzling skillets, this could create a Kelwarp soup instead. Played summon a pom-pom in front of this. Again, this not the right spot for this. Pom-pom. After you play a minion that costs less than 5, transform it into a Shrubber that costs 5 or more. Ooh. That's pretty nice. Play cheap minions that turn into being expensive minions. We can't see what the Kelward soup does though. That's weird. Almost want to see what happens. Yeah. Let's do one Apex Strike. Play a Rhymepaw. And then next turn... can't win quite yet. Because of guard. Oh. He has his ultimate. Summon a Jurmancher, which is an 18-18. We are going to get back to that ultimate later on. I mentioned in the first episode that there is some kind of broken combo I want to try out, and this is part of it. We can actually trigger the combo right now, but it would be bad for us because we would die. So let's clear the back row. Let's kill the ingredients, because I don't want him to make more dishes. Not dishes. No, it is dishes. Oh. Right. But yeah, I don't want him to get the ultimate again. And I could play a Cyclone Blast. I don't really want to. Kind of a waste. And yeah, this thing has inanimate, so it doesn't attack. It just blocks, but once the ultimate triggers again, it will get rid of inanimate. And basically what my plan is going to be is I want to get rid of that condition of playing that ultimate twice. The plan is going to be to get the ultimate and then remove inanimate. And then just have an 18-18 on the board. Spicy Broth Master. After a sizzling skillet is cooked, deal 3 pyro damage to a random enemy minion. Yeah, that's okay. It looks like we have enough to play Apex Strike and Cyclone Blast, but remember, we are getting a cost reduction from one of our relics, so actually, once we play one of those, the other one will cost one more. So, I'm going to play Apex Strike. Then this will deal 4 damage. He shouldn't be able to get a dish next turn, I don't think. Yeah, 1 card in hand. Draw another card. So you need at least 2 ingredients to make a dish. So if he plays 2 ingredient generating cards, he doesn't have a cook to make that dish. So I think I should be safe here. So I'll just play Belarus and hopefully win next turn. Oh, he had a dish in hand. Well, that's concerning. Thankfully, I have some more HP in reserve. And he's also not blocking any of the lanes. Yeah, we live. We live. And we win. A little bit scary at the end. Right, so now we have unlocked the cooking deck. Get the golden chopsticks. And we'll build a new deck in the next episode, but I think I wanna take a quick look at what the new unlocked deck has in store for us. So we have Sous Chef. Add an ingredient to your hand, so that's gonna be like our main fuel, I suppose, to make dishes. Delicacy dealer summoning 4 sizzling skillets with random mythic dishes. I wonder whether that means that it's like 3 ingredient dishes. And yeah, we saw that one. That one doesn't seem that strong. I mean, you pay 4 mana, you already need sizzling skillets on the board to benefit from it, and then it might die quickly. Not a big fan of that one. But yeah, then we get play 3 dishes, summon a Geomancer if you don't control 1, otherwise remove inanimate from it. And we will... Well, I've already kind of spoiled the surprise a little bit. But in case you are wondering how are we going to move inanimate, we will use Harmony, silence all minions and traps, which includes our own, and which should include inanimate, if they didn't patch that out, which I hope they didn't. But yeah, see you next episode. Stay tuned for the cooking deck, I suppose.